Hello, and welcome to Hearthlight. Welcome to my hearth. So this weekend, we've got a lot happening in our cycles of the moon and the earth, and that's one of the things that I love to chat about here. So, as I love to say, put on the kettle and let your heart settle. Let's take a sip of tea or coffee, or maybe just put on your kettle now and listen to this video. It's so good to have you here. My name is Cheryl, and this weekend, lots going on. So Sunday, we have our partial solar eclipse, and that's the 21st, as well as, of course, a new moon. This is a new moon in Virgo. And little secret, I just happen to be a Virgo. So sometimes I say I'm a recovering Virgo, haha. Those of you who are Virgos get that little joke, right? Or maybe those of you who know Virgos or have a few in your life. And then, on Monday is our fall equinox in the northern hemisphere. Of course, in the southern hemisphere, it's the spring equinox. So we want to acknowledge that. It's interesting, like these mirror images of the seasons from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere. So lots happening. And here where I live in Northeast Ohio, it's really, really beautiful and unseasonably warm. I think very soon we're going to be getting into some cool weather. The leaves are changing, they are falling, and all of the things that we love about the fall around here, like apple season and apple cider and fires outside and Halloween and Samhain and all of the really fun times of the season are approaching. And I really love to take time personally to just acknowledge each of these, turns of the wheel, turns of the season in different ways. And I try not to get really super dogmatic about it, because who needs like one more thing on their to-do list? But to really just take in the flavors of the season. So I'd love to read to you a reading. And this reading happens to be from a calendar that I subscribe to every year. I'll show it to you. It's called We Moon 2025, this one. I order it every year, and I don't get a kickback for talking about it. It's just a lot of times my friends will say, how do you know about when is the, new moon? When is the full moon? When is it half moon waxing? When is it half moon waning? And this calendar gives me all of those important dates, as well as awesome poetry and gorgeous artwork. So I highly recommend this calendar. So it's called We Moon, WE''MOON. And it's a wonderful tool that I use year after year after year, and continue to be inspired by the writings in it. So I'd love to read to you a passage all about the fall equinox. So just go ahead and maybe sit back and close your eyes, wrap yourself up, and enjoy this. Fall equinox. As sun fades, we taste its sweetness in the fruits from second harvest. The air cools, we prepare to turn inwards. We're busy processing produce from our gardens, and we grow in awareness of inequity in the world. Cultivate an equanimous mind an equanimous mind. I always have trouble with that word. Cultivate an equanimous mind during this season of equal dark and equal light. Focus on what brings you peace in the moment. I know that's really challenging, right? Focus on what brings you peace in the moment. Stave off despair with gratitude. Sing even though the state of the world has broken our hearts. A lot of us can relate to that, right? We must find a balance between our boat-rocking rage and the harmony that both our hearts and the earth long for. So our hearts and the earth, they need this harmony. And I feel we're actually responsible for bringing that. The earth leads us into fall with grace. My favorite word of all times is grace. I even named my dog Grace. Our colors change and we let go. Our beliefs become compost on the forest floor. We are suspended in time between what was and what will be. We release and receive abundance. Honor any grief that arises. Feel deeply. Look to the eagle overhead. She is calling you to shift perspective. Lift your spirits and keep your wings expanded. Learn how to fly above it all. And so a couple of things that are stirring in my heart that I'm really contemplating for this fall equinox is, what am I gently releasing and letting go of? Sort of like the leaves, the trees kind of let go of their leaves. What is it what beliefs, stories am I releasing and letting go of? This says we release and receive abundance. And just honoring any grief that arises. So not being in denial about it, right? But just honoring it, feeling deeply. But just really focusing, myself anyway, what's on my heart is, what are these old beliefs that need to just go to the compost, go to the forest floor? And do you have any old beliefs, things that you're holding on to, that it just feels like it's time to let them go? So with all of the activity that's out there on social media, one of the reasons why I created this channel isn't because I'm some kind of a polished content creator. I'm just one woman who knows that love and grace are more powerful than hate and spewing hate at one another and looking for who's wrong and who's right. And I feel honestly like most of us want to be in community, want to be kind with each other and to each other. And we're just out here taking care of our families, exploring our hobbies, paying the bills, sometimes trying to pay the bills, right? Taking care of our bodies, or maybe not. Maybe that's one of the things that might come up that you'd like to compost, the belief that maybe it's too late to start taking care of my body. I haven't really been doing that. But I'm here to tell you it's not. It's not. And this community is one that will wrap its arms around you, welcome you in to sit by the fire, and just do a little contemplation this weekend. What old beliefs, what's out of date that needs to go? This may be holding you back from your joy, that's holding you back from being in relationship at the depth that you would love to be in relationship with. I remember one time years ago, I had a belief that had to be composted, and that was that I couldn't stop smoking. There was no way. I smoked for too many years, and there was no way I could quit. And through a series of miracles, I chose to let go of that belief. So that's just one example. I hope this weekend coming up that you just have a beautiful fall weekend. Maybe you're going to go to some local farms. There's so many around where I live that, just kind of open up now and start selling all of their apples. And there's lots of like corn mazes. And maybe you're going to take a walk in the woods, get your feet touching grass, right? So less on these devices. And it's ironic because here I am on my device talking to you. But as soon as I do this time with you, as soon as I have this time with you, I'm over and out for the weekend. So I hope you enjoy this coming change of the season, this next turn of the wheel, this partial solar eclipse. And thanks for joining me. And we'll see you again soon. Happy new moon, happy fall equinox, and many blessings.